Howdy, y'all. Welcome to the Registered Ranching Podcast, where cows, humor, and a little bit of cowboy wisdom collide. I'm Tucker Brown, sharing stories from the ranch and a TikTok every now and then. We're here to keep the ranch in the family and the family in the ranch. So, let's saddle up. Episode 46 of the Registered Ranching Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. It's Tucker Brown and Michael Stevens and Trinity Haggard, who we're going to introduce here in a second. Mike, we are on how many days? Can you ask Siri how many days away the sale is? I should have looked that up before.
Yeah.
Because it's only like 3 weeks.
Getting close.
So 3 weeks. Hey Siri,
I think it's...
when is October the 7th?
I'm asking how many days. How many days away?
Hey Siri,
That should
how
be.
many days away is October 7th? Mine ain't giving me an answer.
It
She
didn't?
don't like me. Hold on.
Well,
What in the world? Hey Siri, how many days until October 7th?
it's going to be 21 or 22, I bet.
22 days.
There we go.
I thought it was going to talk to me, but 22 days.
Cut that.
Come on.
22 days until the October bull sale. That's October 7th and 8th. We're selling 550 bulls. Black Angus, Red Angus, Sim Angus bulls, 10 weanlings, some registered Black Angus, Sim Angus. Nope, not Simmies. Registered. No, there actually might be a few Simmies. Registered females. But mostly going to have Angus females and Red Angus registered females. And then we're going to have quite a few commercial bred heifers. And then along the way, we're going to have some good food. Trent's been to one.
Yep.
You've been to a
I've
bunch
been
of
to
them.
several, quite a few.
You've been to a bunch of them. And so
what-
October 7th and 8th at the ranch. What?
What weanlings are you going to sell? Horses?
Yeah, we'll have like Rob A's, or Rob and Peggy's.
Robin pegs.
Yeah, Rob and
Right.
Peg's weanlings.
Right
It's
on.
like, 7 to 10 depending on the year.
Sweet. That's,
So-
that's what came to mind, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be right there at the ranch. So lots of food. We're going to have some educational events, and ought to be a good time. October 7th and 8th, you can get a catalog online. And Mike is getting his kind of first taste of just like the sale
Process.
the craziness. And we started a new foreman today,
Ooh.
Yeah, we did.
Nice.
Matthew Turney. Shout out to Matthew Turney.
Good guy.
Yeah, excited to have him on board. But to the main show, I apologize. It took me 3.5 minutes to get here.
The big show.
We have the man, the myth, the legend. Some call him Rojo. Some call him Friend. Some call him Bulldozer back in the day.
It's many names.
Bulldozer.
Many names. I don't remember.
He goes by many
Bulldozer,
names. I don't either. That was more Parker Boyd. But
People, maybe.
Trinity Haggard. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome the friend, the cowboy, the horse trainer, the good man himself, Trinity Haggard. It's clapping.
They're clapping.
Yeah, it's clapping. Yeah. I need to get a speaker in here so you can hear that.
Yeah. That's all right.
Welcome in, dude. You said this is the biggest podcast you're ever going to
This is by far the biggest podcast I've ever done.
Dang.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yes, sir. No, it's quite
It's-
a big deal to be
see.
here on the Tucker Brown Show.
It's the first one, but your first one.
It's also, my first one.
But we'll stick with the biggest.
I mean, it is the biggest.
yeah,
yeah.
we'll stick with that. I like
It's-
the way you think.
Yeah, it's not false. So,
It's not.
Yeah.
So Throckmorton native.
yes, sir.
Throckmorton native. Grew up here in T-Town
Yep.
with me. Went to Tech.
Yep. Went to Texas Tech. Let's see, graduated in 2018. Yeah. A couple years lived with none other than yourself. there.
Roommates, dude.
Yeah, for a year and a half. I think was it a year and a half?
Is that all?
Yeah, it seemed like longer, but I think
In
it was
a
just
good
a year
way
and
or
a half.
bad
No,
way?
no, in a good way, great way. Yeah, nothing but fun, nothing but great memes.
Nothing but great.
But yeah, I
news.
think it was a year and a half.
Yeah, that's probably right. Because I graduated 16.
Yeah, because I came in spring semester of 15. Yeah, so
Yeah.
a year and a half.
Year and a half.
Yeah.
Look at us. Look at us now.
Yeah, look at that. Do you know that, Mike?
I did not
Me
know.
and T Brown were roommates in college.
Yeah, we were.
Dang. Rowdy bunch.
Yeah,
Rowdy.
yeah,
Oh, dude.
super crazy.
Super crazy.
Yeah,
But you grew up. I mean, you're a horse trainer now.
yes, sir.
Done plenty of horse training, horse showing.
Yes, sir. A little bit more sure.
Had some success yourself, and but all started just west of town.
Yep, just west of town, not far from you guys.
Yeah,
not far
we
at
were
all.
neighbors basically.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I think there's like a 640 in between us,
Maybe.
something like that. It's pretty
Probably.
small. Separates our east and west fences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just Todd's little spot. or is it?
No, well, yeah,
Coopers.
yeah, it is. But I guess I was thinking further north. There's what is that? So it starts with a P.
Oh, the
Perkins, maybe.
Perkins.
Perkins, yeah.
The Perkins. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, we're not far from each other. Yeah.
Basically neighbors. So tell them about what you did growing up here in town.
So growing up here in town, we actually lived. Let's see, it's about 12 miles, kind of northwest or west of town. Like you're going towards Monday. Little ranch out there, Clark Ranch. Grew up most of my life out there. I think we moved out there in maybe 2002, so I'd have been 6. And
That's all I ever knew you to live out there.
yeah, well, we lived Dano worked for Stanley's. My stepdad worked for Stanley Lyles for when we first moved here, when my parents got together, and then May of 2002, I think we moved out there.
I'll be dang.
Yeah. So grew up out there on a ranch. Decent sized little spread. I think we had anywhere from 1,000, 1,300 mama cows, depending on obviously the year, what we could run. But it was awesome life being able to grow up out there on the ranch, get to do all those things. So
There's a lot of folks that, they ask me, especially on social media, how many cows you got? How many cows you run? And whenever we say the number of acres that we have, it's relatively small.
right.
Even in our county.
Yeah.
Like there's some big ranches in this county.
Right. But you guys, you guys are such a specialized
You're right.
thing. It's y'all's is, as far as just straight up ranching, it's a different scenario than
For sure.
Obviously
Not commercial. It's not
right,
1,000 commercial
yeah,
cows,
it's not a
right?
commercial, just straight up commercial operation. But yeah, so like I said, we could run anywhere, just depending on the year, the grass, the water. I think 1,000, 1,300, between 1,000 and 1,300 head. It's a little over, right around 50,000 acres. So,
That keep you busy.
yeah, it's a pretty good sized place. So, but yeah.
And you grew up working on it,
Yep.
like cowboy would.
Cowboy, and I mean everything. If I wasn't in school or roping, we were doing something. Whether it was feeding cows or moving cows. Just daily life on the ranch. So.
Yeah. Do you remember the play days we used to do out here?
Yeah, the ones at Throckmorton here.
Yeah.
I do remember those. Did those? I think I did those in maybe 2002 and 3.
Some KJRAs too.
Yeah, some KJs. We did a lot of that stuff.
What is the
Kids and Junior Rodeo Association, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, we did. That was what I did growing up. Like I said, we were rodeoing, roping calves, team roping. When I was little, I did all the Pee Wee stuff.
Sure.
Everything, but
Goat tying.
yeah, goat tying, nanny slamming, barrel racing, pole
Nanny
bending.
slamming.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that.
It's goat tying, yeah. Come on, old son.
Oh gosh, I've been removed from that era a little.
Yeah, I mean it was a long time ago. Yeah.
Nanny slamming. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, but then I grew out of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
got too big to be torturing those poor goats and stuff.
Poor nannies.
Yeah, poor little nannies. Yeah.
Well, I always like to. So at last year's NFR, there's a show called Live with Lucia,
Yep.
the rodeo announcer,
Yes, sir.
and Anthony Lucia, and so a guy backed out. So he called me. He's like, "Hey, I had a guy back out last second. You want in?" And I was like, "Yeah, you dang right I do." So I get ready for the show, and he's like, "Hey, we're going to play 2 truths and a lie, so come up with those." And it's always hard to cut. He's like, I had like 8 minutes to come up with 2 truths and a lie. And I was like, "Oh, great." And so my options were, one, I had a college party. Somebody left boots at my house. They were never claimed, and so I sold them on Facebook Marketplace. Number 2, I beat Wesley Thorpe at a roping. And number 3, I've ranched on 3 continents.
Okay.
And he's like, I feel like I know you well enough. You have never beat Wesley Thorpe.
False.
And I was
T.
like,
Brown's.
KJRA, baby, 2005.
Yeah, look out for T. Brown. Yeah,
I got him.
We don't play.
I got him.
Yeah, that's right.
I've held
World
that.
champ. What?
Yeah. Three buckles?
Yeah.
I beat him.
Yeah.
It was a breakaway roping, but
Yeah, it's whatever. You don't have to tell people what it was.
exactly. And this
You
is
just-
the biggest podcast you've ever been on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't know the difference.
Telling the whole truth. I mean, the truth.
The truth. It's not the whole truth.
Maybe not the whole truth.
It's all right.
Oh, gosh. What got you training horses, though? Or did you start here in Throckmorton?
Yes, a little bit. Yeah. So they raised horses. I think we had I don't know, 20, 25 head of brood mares and 2 studs at the ranch. So we raised horses, and the guys at the ranch started their own horses. They had their horse program for the ranch. So I was around it a little bit, but they decided, I can't remember how old I was. I was maybe 13 or 14. They decided that they didn't want to raise horses anymore out there. So I had one picked out that was kind of right around the age that I was wanting to kind of get a hold of and do it myself.
Yeah.
So I was just short as far as getting to start a bunch of colts and that kind of stuff out there. But, just being around the horses and, like I said, they started all their own. We used all our own horses out there. That kind of got me, into it, I guess, per se. But as far as actually training horses, that came, wanting to train horses, that came in college.
In college.
Yeah.
But you were on the ranch horse team there at Tech.
Yes, sir.
Kind of a big deal.
No, I mean, it just depends on who you ask. Yeah.
What is it? A club sport, actually?
Yeah.
It's got how many national championships?
Oh, I think we're up to like 6 or 7 now.
Yeah,
like
kind of a big deal. But it's not like it is a big deal.
Right.
But it's not an NCAA sanctioned sport.
No, it is a big deal. It's a pretty cool thing to do. But no, it's as far as that, it's not NCAA sanctioned, I don't believe.
So a lot of natties still.
A lot of natties, yeah.
Did you get to be a part of some of those?
Yeah, we won 2 when I was there. I believe it was maybe my sophomore, junior year, or maybe freshman and sophomore. I can't remember the exact years, but yeah, we won 2.
Flex.
I was there, yeah.
Flexing on them.
Yeah, I don't think I was a part of the winning team per se. I don't know if you're familiar with how that works.
A little bit, but
So when we would go, the first couple of years there was only 15 or 16 of us on the team, and there's quite a few. I think there's closer to 30.
really,
Yeah, 30 or right around there somewhere. There's a lot more.
just growing in popularity.
Yep, growing in popularity. There's just more young kids that are, want to do that stuff nowadays. And back whenever I first got there, the rein cow horse had just started up in the high school divisions. So I think that there's kids now that have been showing horses.
Oh, gotcha.
Almost, all through high school and stuff. And
Yeah.
it's a great avenue for them to come into college and, be on a team and continue to show and, develop their skills.
Sure.
But that wasn't near as big
Back
back whenever I first graduated and went to Tech. So
2015.
14.
Yeah.
I went
Fall
to
of
Tech.
14.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, I went to college. First semester was
Did you go straight to the ranch horse team like you knew you were going to do it?
well. So to start with, I actually went to ACU first semester.
I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I went to Abilene Christian first semester. Which wasn't really for me. I decided Lanham and Casey
Yeah.
were already planning on going to the ranch horse team whenever they graduated. And I got to ACU and it was great, but it just it wasn't a fit for me.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to get back to my roots of ranching and the horses and stuff, and that sounded like a great way to do it and be surrounded by some of my friends that I already knew. 2 of my very best friends still to this day. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what led me to inquire about it, and then one thing led to another and ended up making the team.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a walk-on, yeah. They held the tryouts in October.
You went and you had to go and try out? Oh, no.
Technically,
You weren't
yeah.
there for the
Yeah,
tryout.
I wasn't there for the tryouts, yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. I had to try out, but
Yeah,
it
sure.
wasn't at the official tryouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very nice of them to let me try out.
Let you begin.
Yeah.
Kind of outside the walk-on time.
Yeah, a
You have
little
to
bit.
walk in on that.
Yeah.
I'll be dang. Well, what's that ranch horse team like? It's exploded in popularity.
Yes, sir.
You and Lanham and Casey started it all.
Yeah, I don't think I would go that far. No, it was very well established before we.
Yeah, it was
got
pretty
there.
established,
Yeah.
wasn't it? At Tech it was, but
Right.
clearly it's growing in popularity.
Yeah, it's growing in popularity, across the state and across the nation, really.
Yeah.
There's quite a few more kids going to those sanctioned college shows nowadays.
Who would have been some of your rivals, quote unquote rivals?
As far there was plenty of healthy competition, but I would say as schools it was usually, I want to say, A&M, NCTC over in Gainesville, WT, Clarendon. There was quite a few, but those were kind of the bigger schools that were around here.
Yeah.
Or not maybe necessarily not the bigger schools, but the bigger teams
Sure.
that were kind of in our area that went to most of the same shows that we went to. So those guys were kind of pretty consistent.
Were you on the equestrian team too?
No, sir, I was
Oh,
not.
okay,
I was not. No, I was not on the equestrian team. No. I
Lanham
almost
had to
got
go.
bucked off in front of the equestrian team one time though.
You did get bucked off?
No, almost.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah.
I got to hear about that. Well, what's the story?
I just had a 2-year-old colt that I had up there with me, and I was training on and whatnot. It actually was my first futurity horse, but it was right at the start. It was probably right before the semester started, coming out of the summer, and I got up there a little early, and I was just riding my horses and stuff, and the equestrian team was coming through doing something. I don't remember what it was. It was Dr. Ricatelli. She's one of their coaches, and they were coming through doing something, and I don't know what it was, but something scared my horse, and he started bucking. And I about fell off of him. I lost both my stirrups, my hat. The whole equestrian team was down there watching me.
Lost your hat?
Yeah, I lost my hat. Yeah, yeah, it was really cool.
Casey Mitchell would have died if he'd have seen it.
Yeah, no, none of my friends were in there, so that was a positive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Casey would have absolutely lost his mind.
That's a good. That's going to be a good. I got a good question now for the.
Yeah.
For the hot,
I saw
for
Casey
hot
hit the
seat.
dirt in that arena more than once.
Did you?
Yeah.
Is there one that stands out? A story that stands out?
Yeah, it wasn't. He didn't get bucked off, but he was on. He may have actually talked about this whenever you did him, but he was on. He got on Emily's horse one morning.
Oh, which one? Do you remember?
Loretta.
Mm.
Loretta. She was kind of acting up for her. She had Casey get on her. She was gonna have him teach her a lesson.
Yeah.
And I don't remember exactly what he did, but he kind of went to her, and she just flipped up, right over on top of him.
Oh, fell on
Yep,
him?
yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, his little old noggin hit the dirt.
Mm.
And then another time, he had a little 2-year-old filly up there that he called Jane, a Jimmy Barrett horse that Mr. Barrett raised. And it was right after he got his bad concussion at Wichita Falls.
Yeah.
It was within a couple weeks, a month or so. She just straight up tripped and fell down with him, rocked his old noggin off the dirt.
Again?
Yeah, poor guy. He had a rough go there for a little while. Yeah.
Poor Mitch.
Yeah, poor guy. But in his defense, he did not get bucked off of either one. Both of them. Both of the
Okay.
horses hit the dirt too. So,
Well, they don't have to know the whole story.
well, I'd hate to throw him under the bus like
Yeah.
that because he's got some stories that he could throw me under the bus too. So better not.
Those are the best ones. I'm going to have to bring him back for some of those.
Yeah, round 2.
So what is a ranch horse team? I mean, is that what propelled you? Propelled, is that the right word?
Yes.
Propelled you
Yeah.
to where your horse training
It's
your horse training job?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was because, like I said, I'd never done any training as far as gearing it towards showing a horse. It was always just go do a job, whether it was a green horse or a broke horse, obviously you're just trying to get your green horses. You want to be able to go do this job and, X, Y, and Z, and that's all you really need out of them, right?
Yeah.
So that was kind of my first taste of training them for performance, and the more I learned and the longer I was there, the more I got interested into it and started really liking it. And then, so yeah, that's definitely what started it, was the ranch horse team. I got introduced to a lot of, the Rain Cow Horse and those type of events. Went to the World's Greatest in 2016.
Yeah, you did.
Clayton won it on Skeets Oak Peppy. And that was kind of where I was like, whoa, this is
This is
cool.
the thing.
Like, this is pretty cool. And that was what we were doing. We were going to cow horse shows and those types of deals. I was like, man, that's cool. That's what I got to do. So that was kind of what kicked it off. But I didn't know that. I wouldn't say that I knew that I wanted to train for a living, but I knew, I was like, man, I gotta do some of this stuff.
Sure.
So
Look at you now.
yeah, look at me. now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got to travel quite a bit. I mean, in the past, 7 years?
Yeah, 8 years. Yeah, yeah. As soon as I graduated, I didn't even walk the stage. Had my dog, my horse, and everything I owned loaded up.
Hi-ya.
To California.
Left the 3213.
Yes, sir. Sure did. Yeah.
That'd be dang.
Yeah. What a crib that was.
Yeah, it was a
Lots
good
of
one.
good memories there. It was a pretty sad day when we all turned our keys in, said goodbye.
Yeah, I remember that day.
Yeah.
I went to Fort Worth though. You went to California.
True. Yeah. I went, a lot further.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I was thinking about it the other day. It's like 1,600 miles from here.
Goodness.
It's a long drive.
You and Nicky Gurin
Yeah.
making those.
Yeah. His might be a touch further
I bet it would be a little bit.
further than that. But I don't know. You kind of different angle too.
Sure.
Might be pretty close.
Well, where'd you go in California?
I went to Wilton, California. It's basically it's a very small outer suburb of Sacramento. So you can be in downtown Sac in 30 minutes. Yeah.
30 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Dang.
From downtown Sacramento. Yeah. And we were right on the edge of, like I said, the sure enough suburb. It was still kind of a little country town.
Yeah.
But you could drive from here to the ranch, your ranch, and be like
Be in it.
way big time in it, like a town of 200,000 people.
Ooh.
It's basically, it'd be like driving through Weatherford and Fort Worth.
Sure.
It's basically all the same.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that makes sense. Huh. So what were you doing?
training horses. That was my first job, training under a trainer. I went to work for Kenny Wold.
Is that how most start? I mean, I don't know if that's the right question, but in the horse training business.
I don't know about start. There's so many different ways to that I would say you could get your start, but that's the first guy that I, sure enough went to work for to try and learn a program, learn how they do things, from the not only from the business side all the way through the training side, because I had absolutely no idea as far as how a real program operated, because at the ranch horse team we were mainly trying to there was a handful of us that were training for Trinity horses, 2 and 3 year olds, but the majority of the training we got and the coaching we got some that was great for our training our horses, but it was a lot of trying to keep show horses show prepped, because a lot of us you can't ride a 2 or 3 year old at a show for the school, right?
Yeah.
So it was more geared around keeping those horses schooled, where whenever we went and competed, they were ready to rock and roll instead of.
So you're looking at some 6-year-old horses out there.
Yeah, bridle horses and a lot of that stuff. So just the older horses, it's just a different game.
Yeah.
For a 2-year-old, 3-year-old to a 6 and 7-year-old, keeping them ready to show.
Mm-hmm.
So that was it was pretty. I was very, very green. When I went out there, as far as.
Yeah, so you went to riding a bunch. Not that you weren't riding 2-year-olds, but training some bridle horses to training some snaffle.
Yeah, and like I had trained, the horses that I was showing when I was a senior, like I had trained one of them up almost all the way. So yeah, when I got out there, I was the 2-year-old guy, and I was riding a whole bunch of 2-year-olds. Trying to figure that part of it out. Starting to try and figure that part of it out.
Yeah. So what did that look like? I mean, that's your time there. What did you spend most of your time doing?
So what I spent my time doing was, when I got there, it was first part of May. So there was some 2-year-olds that the last person had already started. So I can't remember. I had a handful, 6 or 7 2-year-olds that were already going, and then I had a whole bunch of just other horses that they put me on to keep exercise, and also to learn to try and teach me, some of the ins and outs of training on them.
And you stayed there how long?
I was only there for about a year. The only reason I left there was because the guy that originally got me the job with Kenny Wold, so I originally wanted to go to work for this other guy. His name's Kelby Phillips.
Yeah.
And
kind of good.
Yeah, he's pretty.
Kind of good way.
He's a pretty decent horse trainer. But I had originally spoken to him about a job, and he needed somebody right then, and it would have been September before I graduated. So he had to hire a guy, but he's like, hey, if this is what you want to do, like, Kenny's looking for help. That's where I started. Another guy that, mutual friend that kind of got me actually hooked up with Kelby. His name's Hunter Menzer. That's where we started. That's where we got our start. So it'd be,
I didn't know that about Menzer.
Yeah. Yeah, that was, I don't know if it was his very first training gig, but Hunter at least went out there. He worked for Kenny for a little while.
Yeah.
Which
we're feeding cattle with him now.
Right.
They're in
Dublin.
Perla, right? Yeah, La Perla feeders.
Yeah, so one of the horses I showed in college, I bought from Hunter as a 2-year-old. He had like 120 days on him, and I finished training him and whatnot. But I originally wanted to go to work for Hunter, and he talked me out of it. And he was the one that said, "Hey, what about Kelby?" And I was like, "Yeah, heck yeah, that'd be sweet." He he just won the world's he went on to win the world's greatest that like 2 months later he won the futurity, you know. I was like, heck yeah, that'd be awesome. So he got me connected with him, and then, you know, he needed a guy sooner than what I could be there. So he had a guy hired, and so he hooked me up with Kenny, went to Kenny's, and then I would have stayed there longer, but Kelby was like, hey, you know, my guy left, and I kind of needed somebody. I didn't know if you'd be interested. I was like, yeah, heck yeah, I'd be interested. What do you mean?
Packing up.
Yeah. So moved out there.
Which is where?
They had just got to Scottsdale, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
We were actually in Rio Verde, right outside of Scottsdale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you went from Lubbock, Texas, to California.
Texas, Wilton, California, and then to Rio Verde, Arizona.
You're committed.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I mean, I was already out there. You know, gave it everything. I was like, better keep going. So, but yeah, like I said, I didn't really want to leave Kenny's just because, you know, I hadn't really got a good understanding of his program. They were great people, awesome people. It was a really good place to get my feet wet as far as getting in the industry and kind of, you know, seeing everything.
Yeah.
You know, because when I went to Kelby's, you know, he was rocking and rolling, and I would have been I was still way green when I got to Kelby's, but if I would have went there first, it would have been pretty tough for me to be able to you know, not just to stick it out, but I just didn't know enough.
Just didn't know what you didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know what I didn't know, and I you know, I wasn't at Kenny's for very long, but I was able to gain enough knowledge to at least not be completely out of place working for Kelby. So
I'll be dang.
yeah.
So you were at Scottsdale.
Yep.
Same job.
Yep. 2-year-old guy.
Yeah.
Yep. And so I had my first. I actually showed my first snaffle bidder the year that I worked for Kenny. It was the one that almost bucked me off in front of the equestrian team.
Oh.
Yeah. So I taken him with me and trained him up. Showed my first snaffle bidder there. So I had shown a little bit, and then when I got to Kelby's, I showed him at the I showed him at the Stallion Stakes, which is early in the year, and I sold him. So I didn't have anything else to show for a while after that, just because they didn't have anything. I wasn't ready to show something that he had trained anyway. So
I'll be dang.
But yeah, that's what I'm getting at is I was just riding 2-year-olds for the most part, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Huh. Well, is that a monotonous job? I feel like it is.
Yeah, it is. I really
I'm sure the horses are all different.
The horses are all different. Yeah, I mean it just, you know, there's only so much you can do in the beginning, but they're always learning. They're always changing. But just overall in general, yeah, it's a monotonous job because you show up, you know, whatever time, and you go through, you know, your 13, 15 head of horses day in and day out, and day in and day out. And
riding the same
horses day after day, which I've come to really appreciate now later in life because now I don't get to ride the same horses all year long.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just because your job now is so much different.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing the same thing, but at a program like that, you know, you're going to have your, say, whatever it is, depending on the program and the size, you'll have your 10 or 15 head of horses, your 2-year-olds, and those horses are most likely going to stay with you all year. Like they're in that program, you're going to train them. You know, and that was a bit of a different situation than a lot of folks because we worked for one entity, Kelby and I both. We worked for
that one
DT
program.
horses, right?
Uh-huh.
So all that was encompassed in one program. He didn't have, you know,
outside
30
horses.
different clients for different horses and this, that. So, you know, there might be one that wasn't very good or one that needed to go here or there. But for the most part, you're riding the same horses all year long.
What do you do to, like, get through that monotonousy?
Man, it's tough. For me, it would be the real rewards were for, like, you know, you look up in a month's time and see how much the horses have changed. And you're like, oh, man, you really think about it. You're like, wow, these things, you know, they've come a long ways.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you can slow down and think about that instead of getting caught up in the day-to-day, just grind and the pulling on them and, you know, wanting them to do things that they're not doing, right? If you can kind of slow down, take a step back and realize how far they've come, that's what kind of helped me and does still help me get through the monotony of just doing the same thing over and over again all day long.
Yeah. I mean, you stayed in Arizona quite a while, huh?
Yeah, so I stayed in Arizona with Kelby for a couple years. It's kind of another weird deal. I would have liked to have stayed with him longer too, but he ended up deciding to leave DT, and he didn't have he didn't have a whole lot set up as far
gotcha.
as a
Like
whole
bringing
lot.
you.
Yeah, exactly. Like he didn't necessarily have a whole lot of customers lined up, a place lined up to train out of. So it was kind of one of those deals. Hey, I'd love for you to keep working here, but you probably ought to find something if you can. I can't make any promises. So yeah, I think I was with Kelby for right at 2 years, right through there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we were in Rio Verde. I love that place. Love that place.
Did you?
Yeah, it's like Arizona's Weatherford, right in
Gotcha.
through there. Like there's Rio Verde, and then right down the road about an hour is Wickenburg, which is huge team roping. So much team rope goes on out there in the winter. But
Yeah, there's a bunch of it.
yeah.
I mean, that's like famous for it, right?
Like it's like
it's where
very
the
very
pros go.
comparable to Stephenville,
Yeah,
but in the winter it's huge.
yeah.
Snowbirds. I mean, everybody's out there.
Well, what'd you do in the 120 degree?
Yeah, so when it was 120 degrees out there in the start of the summer, we tried to gradually push it back the start time, but it gets to where I think the second year I was there, I was getting up at 1:30 in the morning, getting to the barn at 2. Yeah,
That sounds terrible.
it was terrible, man. It's rough.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, it
like
was-
trying to sleep during the day.
Yeah, so, and the thing was, you get up at 1:30, you get there at 2, you'll ride till, try to get done by 1 or 2, so you put in a 12-hour day, which isn't, that's long enough, but it's not crazy, but go take a nap or something, take a shower, take a nap when you get done, but if you sleep more than, for me personally, an hour and a half, 2 hours max, well, then I can't go to sleep when I go to bed.
Oh, at night.
But it's
During the day.
yeah. No, at night, yeah. But it's so hot out there. Like, I was doing the watering, too, in the evenings. Not every evening, but a lot of evenings. So you got to water, like, right as it's getting dark, or it's going to be dry before you get there in the morning.
That's ridiculous.
So, you got to be out there at 8:45, 9 o'clock. Between 8:30 and 9, watering the arenas. You get to bed at 9:30 or 10 when you're rolling on, with your nap. You're rolling on freaking 5 hours of sleep every day for months at a time.
You're committed, dude.
Yeah, you got to be. But the winters make it worth it.
Are they nice?
Oh man, it's unbelievable. Like if you're an ocean, you're a beach type guy, you want to go to Florida. But if you're like a cowboy type, like a little bit of mountains and some the Arizona winters are unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to take us to one of my favorite segments.
Okay.
It's called the Ag Gear Hot Seat. You're not wearing ag gear today, so this seat might get a little hot with
getting
these
warm, I can
questions
feel
that
it.
we're going to be throwing at you, okay? Use discount code Tucker Brown. Get some new ag gear. They just restocked, didn't they? You got a
think so.
discount code, too?
Yeah, I do.
So can you double up on the discounts?
I don't think so.
You can't stack them.
Why
I don't
not?
think.
We should talk to Ag Gear and see if
You should
they
reach
should
out.
if they would sponsor a shirt for each guest.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
That would
if they
be-
do, I'm gonna need my shirt.
Oh,
Because I don't
you
have
might
one.
just have to be on the podcast again.
Well, that's fine too. Then I'm gonna need two of them. Yeah.
All right.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we got some questions from the audience here. All right, you go ahead and line them up with the first ones because I've got these other ones.
Oh, the ones that
You
got
guys are-
sent you.
Yep.
All right. Bat wings or shotguns?
Definitely shotguns.
Shotguns.
I don't like them things flapping around. Most of the time I'm on something that's not real old. The bat wings scare the crap out of one. Flapping around,
Drag or flank calves?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely a lot more fun to drag. But
Yeah.
flanking with somebody that knows what they're doing, with a good crew, is pretty dang fun too. Very enjoyable.
Head or heel?
Oh, head. Yeah, I can't heal to save my life.
All right.
I mean, I can get it done, but it's not very pretty.
You got some more?
Yeah, I got some. Who is your hero and why is it Casey Mitchell?
Who's Casey Mitchell? Yeah.
I don't know if you can tell
Mainly
who this
because
is
he
from.
looks like Tom Selleck.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's that
He just-
mustache.
Tom Selleck?
That
You're
mustache.
kidding me. You don't think he looks like Tom Selleck? You don't know who Tom Selleck is?
Don't know.
Oh,
You look him up and you'll see.
Yeah, go look him up.
You see.
Let me look this up.
You see.
Tom Selleck, Burt Reynolds.
That-
Basically, extremely classy mustache. Yeah.
All right. Do you think growing up on a ranch helped you with your horse training now?
Yeah. I think it overall, yes, because it taught me, growing up riding, it taught me how to read a cow, which is a very big part of training cow horses, being able to read a cow. But yeah, just putting yourself in tough situations and figuring out how to get out of them, and also literally just being able to ride the horse, and kind of understanding a horse.
Yeah.
I think that helps a lot versus someone who doesn't hardly have any background riding who wants to get into training horses.
Yeah. And there's a lot of that right now.
There's a lot of that, and that's tough to do, real tough. And not that it can't be done, but it's, you just miss out on so much experience, if you didn't grow up riding.
Mm-hmm.
Or having some sort, you don't have to ride all the time, but having some sort of riding under your belt before you try to train.
You're all right, by the way.
Yeah. It looks like time. Yeah.
Google.
What's something a person can do in the horse training industry that can set them apart from other trainers in a good way?
Set them apart from other trainers in a good way. Yeah, that's a great question. Always have a smile on your face.
Make a difference?
Yeah, sometimes that's hard to do.
Well, I could
be happy.
with that monotonous stuff. I'm sure.
Yeah, just always look for the positives in everything. Not only in your horse training, but if you're doing that in life, then it's definitely going to trickle over to your horse training. It's those guys that are like that. It's very easy to see.
What would you tell your 16-year-old self?
Oh man, I would tell myself to slow down and enjoy it. Throckmorton's not that bad of a little town. There's a lot of good right here in this little town.
Brought you back.
Pretty special place. Yeah, and I said I'd never come back.
Did you?
Yeah, well, I don't know if I said I'd never come back, but there was no chance of me. There was no chance of me hanging out here.
Yeah.
After I graduated high school, that's for sure.
Sure, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's a similar story to a lot of people, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
What's your guilty pleasure? As in, what do you spend the dumb money on that other people may seem as dumb, but for you, it's your guilty pleasure?
Oh gosh. Probably bits and spurs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dumb money. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, horse trainers would.
Well, yeah, sure.
But most people would be like, "You spent how much on that? What the hell are you gonna do with that?" Wow. Yeah, it's an investment though. That's what I keep telling.
It's an investment.
That's what I gotta tell my fiance. Yeah, no, it's an investment, babe.
Of course. Yeah.
It's worth. It'll hold its value.
It's an investment.
If I ever need to, I can sell it. We'll be fine.
Where'd you meet your fiance?
Where? Blue Light.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll be pleased.
Dude, slap hands.
Yeah, she'll be pleased to know that
Where?
I told everybody Blue Light instead of Lubbock.
It's only
the best bar in Lubbock.
It is the best bar in Lubbock.
Really?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Great music,
Wonderful
good people.
music. Yeah.
Is that where you met Carly? Is that
Very
where you high
special.
five?
No,
Yeah,
we did
probably
meet we met at Wild West.
Yeah.
Not as cool. Not
Not
as
nearly
cool.
as cool.
We couldn't get into Blue Light when we met, so.
Yeah,
Or otherwise we'd have been there.
A 21 and up bar.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What'd you do the quotations for?
Well, I've seen lots of people in there that weren't 21, so.
You didn't do that.
No, I never did that.
Of course not.
I'm an angel.
All right, what? 2 more questions here.
Okay.
What goals do you have? Let's say long and short-term goal with your horse career.
So a long-term goal, I would love to win the snaffle bit, but I would say moreover would just be a well-respected horseman and horse trainer, and to be able to provide a life for myself and my family that we get to do those things and work for ourselves and be around horses and cattle all day, every day. That's, growing up, that's what we did, but it wasn't our operation, and I'm never looking to try to have a huge ranch and thousands of head of cattle, but just to be able to do those things on our own and work for ourselves and enjoy doing what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the horse training for me is what's gonna lead me to where I want to
Get you there.
Go. Yeah, hopefully.
Has there been a lot of people? Sorry, I have another question now. Has there been a lot of people that? How do I ask this? Like at the start, there were a bunch of you, and as you've gone 7, 8 years deep into it now, are there people you started with that aren't doing it anymore?
Yeah, there's probably.
I don't know what the rollover is.
I wouldn't. I mean, I don't have anybody coming.
No, I'm
off
sure.
the top of my head, but yeah, there's lots of people that burn out or
that's
they
what I'm
figure
going
out
for.
It's just not. Burnout rate is probably pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for people just starting or kind of halfway in the middle, because there's lots of other stuff that's not necessarily as physically or mentally demanding that pays really good. It takes a while, like a long time, to get to where you can train horses and make any money doing that. And even then, it's still not much. But
yeah,
basically, especially even when I started, which wasn't that long ago, like you're not making much money, and everybody says, oh well, if you really want to do it, you work for free and all that and the other, and that's great, and that there's a lot of truth to that, but at the end of the day, it's pretty hard to live, without hardly any money.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have some things that, especially if you're wanting to really continue the horse training, like you've got to be able to have some money to support yourself, and you've got to be able to buy some of those things. So, your saddles, your tack. A great way for a young person, a young assistant, to get to show anything is to have their own horse, because a lot of times for the first couple of years, especially if you're just starting out, like you didn't ride horses growing up, you're not going to be ready to show those horses that they've got anyways, and they're probably not going to give you one. So but that also depends on your skill level. So
yeah, sure.
But you got to be able to afford a horse, to be able to, and then that's kind of where you're going to make some more money, is to be able to buy and sell a horse, and those types of things. But money's not everything. But as you well know,
it's a part of the equation.
It's not much fun starving to death for a couple of years before you.
It's part of the equation.
Get a pay raise. But,
yeah, the old Tucker Brown show didn't pay very well for a while.
Right. Like I said, it's part of it. But at the end of the day, you still got to try to find somewhere that you're going to make a little money.
All right, last question here in the hot seat. Would you rather get bucked off in front of the equestrian team or the ranch horse team?
Oh, the ranch horse team all day.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because those guys would laugh at me anyways.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. And I'd hate for the whole equestrian team to think the ranch horse guys are a bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
Which they probably already do, but yeah, no.
Yeah, that's kind of.
I'd rather fall off in front of my buddies.
They don't really
talk about it.
Those teams don't really get along, do they?
Oh, I wouldn't say that we don't get along. It's just we're so different in what we do. There's no animosity. At least for me, there's
no animosity
or anything.
Right, yeah,
but our paths are so
kind of make fun of each other.
Yeah, good fun. Well, it was good fun for us. But we're so far different from what we're doing, and the way we ride and the way we do just general things.
You'd look good in the sparkly shirt, though.
I don't know. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, sparkles aren't really my thing.
That's Carly's favorite color, if you didn't know.
This is a sparkle?
Yeah.
KP? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, he was there when KP and I.
Yeah.
He was at the beginning.
Yeah. Really? At the beginning, oh yeah.
For Carly Page.
Spent lots of evenings with Tucker and KP.
Mm-hmm. Well, welcome out of the hot seat.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, welcome out. Good job. We'll have to see what we can do about getting you an Ag Gear shirt.
Perfect. Yeah.
But between now and then, you can use discount code Tucker Brown, get 15% off.
What was your code?
Hey.
No. Yeah, let's have both of them. Let's give the listeners
honestly,
what is it? Mike Outdoors 20 or something?
I think it's just Mike Outdoors.
Mike Outdoors.
Yeah.
Cool. What is that, like a 30% off?
Probably so.
Sweet.
110. They pay you.
They pay you.
It's basically like free money.
Yeah, free. Exactly. Yeah, why wouldn't you do it? And, okay, so Arizona. Kelby got left, did a different day. Well, did a different
Yeah,
day.
he decided he wanted to leave. He moved. We both moved to Texas. So I found a job with a cutting horse trainer down in Weatherford. That turned out it was not for me. The cutting itself, he was a straight cutter. That just
a lot different.
Yeah, it's so different. And it just, I love cutting and cutting horses, but it wasn't for me.
Gotcha.
I was only there for 2 months, I think. And then that was when I moved back here.
Yeah.
Went to work for Tyler Oliver. All we did was start a bunch of colts that year. It worked out really well because he needed help. He had more than colts that he could ride. And so I helped him for about a year there. Yeah.
So you went from riding.
Kept me from
riding for programs to riding for clients.
Yes, they were Tyler's clients, but they were client horses, yeah. But the reason he needed help that year was because he had a lot lined up for. He trains a lot of cutting horses, 2-year-olds, and his main customer, one of his bigger customers as far as horse numbers, he had a lot that year. So they were all a bunch of what we rode were going to one program.
Oh, okay.
That year, yeah.
Okay.
But we started 40 or 50 that year.
Yeah.
Between the two of us.
Trump was one of them.
Yep, Trump. Yep, started Trump
My
and
horse.
Cowboy.
Yeah.
For you guys.
I still got Trump.
Yep, old Trump. Trump train. Lamb said you were wanting to sell him. You're going to sell him at the sale?
Yeah, I'm interested.
Nice.
I think I'm going to sell him.
Gonna get old Bob.
This is the first, announcement.
Oh, sorry. You can edit that out if you need to. No. Just so everybody knows if
Yeah,
y'all have ever seen Trump in action.
We were talking about it the other day. Not concrete, but we're kind of leaning that way.
Possibility.
He's just so similar to Snap. That
Yeah.
I feel like I've got two of the same horses, which is great.
Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, I see what you're
Which
saying.
is great. But Lanham has some really cool horses that won't work for the arena.
Yes, sir.
And I'd like to try one.
Yeah.
He's got one I've got my eye on.
Which one?
He's I don't know if I want to tell you. You might get him.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to you.
He's they call him Bob.
Bob. Oh, yeah. I got to ride Bob the other day.
Did you?
Yep.
And?
I love him. You'll get along with him great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Talked me into it.
Yep.
Trump is for sale, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start him out right here.
I think he's going to get him a red roan.
Yeah, he's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, he is. You'll like him.
What is he, 2?
Yeah, he's 2-year-old.
2.
Yep.
Yeah, y'all didn't know I was a horse trainer, did you?
Yep. Big time.
Look at me now.
Over here, yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to sell him.
Nice. He'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
He'll do well at the sale.
But you left
Yeah.
Tyler.
So, yeah.
Worked for Tyler.
Worked for Tyler for about a year, and so that fall, I kind of started taking in some horses, just some horses to ride, because up until then, he kind of took in everything he possibly could so that he could support 2 of us.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
way, we'd have plenty to do. There'd still be money for both of us. And he was really good to me. He treated me really good. We got all those horses to start. He gave me, a small percentage of each one that we had, and maybe I don't remember if it was each one that we had or each one that I was riding, but he made it work to where that I was making enough money to
Take care of yourself.
not just scrape by. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't making a lot of money, but it was really, really good. He's taken good care of me. He's done a lot for me.
Yeah.
Him and his family. But towards the end of that year, I was still going to help Tyler and everything, but I took in a few of my own outside clients, and it was going okay, but I didn't have I wasn't getting as many as I wanted. Then I got a phone call from some friends that I met through the cow horse, and they were like, hey, some people that we know up here, they were from Utah. People we know up here in Utah are looking for somebody. We think you'd probably might be a good fit. Might holler at them, at least check it out. Okay, yeah, sure. So called them, and they offered me a job, and so heck, I better at least try it. I don't have a whole lot going on right here. I got a handful of horses, but nothing too crazy. So
Chance to go to Utah.
yeah, and I'd never been to. Well, I had been to Utah at the time, but yeah, so I moved up there, and went to work in Utah.
What was that place called?
A&C Racing and Roping.
A&C.
Yeah, so that was a little different because I'd just been doing cow horses, start colts.
Racing and roping.
Yeah, Racing and Roping.
Okay.
Yep, that's what. So it stands for Albert and Chad, which were the 2 founders of the program.
A lot different. I don't know what
A
that
lot
thing
different.
looks like.
So a lot different as far as what horses I was riding. It was team roping. So Ren Richard was who I went to, and his dad was who I went to work for. And Ren, he rides. He was rodeoing at the time for a living. He's made the finals several times. Very, very accomplished rodeo cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
And they were really. Well, they'd been doing it for a while, but they were really wanting to. Their program had evolved to where they had raised enough horses for to be team roping horses, and they were wanting to really get into the horse show side of things. So, and they had been, like I said, but that they wanted somebody in house to start all their colts. So
Yeah. Gotcha. Up to Utah.
Yep, up to you. Roosevelt, Utah, not far from where
Willie's at.
Willie's at. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about you and
Right
him.
down
We
the
talked
road.
about
Yeah.
y'all went to the same church or something.
Yeah, I think a time or two went to the same church. Yeah, he's over there at the Frost over on the Res.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
On the res.
Yeah, sure enough.
What's he buy? Skinwalkers or something? Skinwalker.
Yeah, he's
Ranch?
real close to Skinwalker Ranch. He was.
You ever looked into that?
I've seen a documentary on it.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Crazy.
We drove as close as we could get without what's the guy, Dragon Slayer or whatever, coming after us.
Yeah.
If you've watched this show, his name's Dragon or something.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I didn't want to get in trouble by Dragon, so we didn't get that close. But
Yeah, don't mess with Dragon.
yeah, but no, it was a pretty cool place.
And now you find yourself back in T-Town.
Back in Throckmorton. Yeah, we've been here back for a year, a little over a year. Yeah, we were up there for can't remember. It just kind of all runs together. 2.5, something like that. 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been here for a little over a year. So back here.
Welcome
starting my
back,
business.
baby.
Thanks. It's good to be here. Really good to be here.
That's cool. We got a good group
Yeah.
that kind of came back,
Yeah.
being a part
Yeah.
of the
really
community in
good
town.
great group of guys, families, young families.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
And you're getting married.
No, next April. April 25th.
You planning yet?
Yeah, I haven't done much planning, but yeah, we're planning. We're planning, yeah.
We of
Yeah,
course,
we
yeah.
as in,
We are
we
planning.
as in she, yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is going to take us to one of my favorite segments, and it's called the Bedrock Tough Question.
Oh gosh.
Welcome to the Bedrock Tough Question, brought to you by Bedrock Truck Beds, the toughest truck beds there are, and that's why we use them. Get one today and find out for yourself. And now back to the Bedrock Tough Question. All right, the Bedrock Tough Question. What is the toughest thing about horse training? You can take this a couple different ways, like about two questions, about horse training, and then difference between training for the public and training for a program.
Okay, so I think the toughest thing, that was the...
Yeah.
So the toughest thing for both, honestly, is just the mental game, being able to trust the process and, just get through that daily grind every day, each day, because it, like I said, it does get monotonous, but, everybody says trust the process, right? And it's very, very true, but it's, those first couple of years, you haven't been through the process enough to understand it, so it's really, really hard to not second guess yourself every day, you haven't been through so many situations. You haven't trained 2s, 3s, 4s, so you don't really know what they're supposed to be feeling like until you've got a couple of years under your belt.
Get that feel.
You get, develop the feel and those kinds of things. So
The feel is so frustrating.
Yeah, it can be.
Because Lanham will go ahead and tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Oh yeah.
And then I ask him, okay, what is it? How do I know when?
Yeah, he's
well,
like, you can't
just
feel that?
it.
Yeah, you
just
can't feel
it.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but
It's annoying.
It takes a long time to develop those things, and not only the feel, but understanding the mechanics and putting it on the horse. So it's really hard. It was really hard for me to trust the process, as they say, because I didn't have enough under my belt to know that it would be fine. You don't have to have all this today or tomorrow. It will come if you just keep doing what you're doing, what you know how to do. So that was the toughest. I would say that's the toughest, one of the toughest parts, especially in the beginning.
Yeah.
But training for the public and training for, in a straight up program. So in the program, the head trainer, they're the one training for the public, right? I mean, your assistant is too, but you train for them, right? So they're the ones dealing with all the customers and all, getting horses, lining up horses, this, all the logistics and everything. So you just worry about what you're supposed to be doing, what he tells you to do or they tell you to do, and you go do it, right? You have your X amount of horses or your list of chores. That's what you go do, right? Well, when you're the one training for the public, right, you have to keep up those customer relations. You're dealing with, what horses are going when, where are they going, all the logistics, the feed, there's so many more things that you add on top of that when you're the one training for the public instead of you're training for someone in a program.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah.
Logistics being pretty tough.
Yeah, logistics is, which, just keeping, especially for what I'm doing, I've got a handful of horses that I've kept in training, for a year or so, but right now I've got, a lot of horses that I'll have for 120 days or, 6 months or whatever, and they're all, they're not all in the same spot. So, you've got a list of people that want to send you colts. You've got to keep that. You got to manage, when can they come, because a lot of people, if you tell them March, maybe, they're calling you March, want their colt started. You're like, well, these people wanted to leave their horse another month or two,
Yeah, that's tough.
No. So it can be tough, but.
That's bedrock tough.
Yeah, real tough.
Bedrock tough. Well, there's your bedrock tough question. Check out Bedrock Tough Beds, truck beds. We have them because they're the toughest, and that's why you should get yourself a Bedrock truck bed. So what are you doing? What are you doing now? You came back to T-Rock. You are training horses.
Yep.
Is it different than your role that you had before when you came back?
Yeah. So when I came back to Throckmorton the first time?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just helping Tyler, and it was like that. It was his program. He was lining everything up. And now, I'm leasing stalls out of his place, so I'm doing all of that myself.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's quite a bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you think it would? I mean, what did we say? 8 years?
Yeah,
Since you
about 8
graduated?
years, yeah. Running through there.
It's kind of wild. I mean, even though it doesn't feel like it's been very long, honestly, but it seems like it takes that to kind of get where, no matter what you're in, like breeding cows,
Yeah.
ranching,
Takes so much
working
time.
in the feedlot. It takes like 8 to 10 years before you get a foothold.
So much time, yeah. And now, just now really getting the ball rolling, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, just getting the foothold and being able to put yourself out there for enough people to see you and, put yourself around the right people
Mm-hmm.
to build you're pretty much creating those opportunities for your future. And it just takes a lot of time, make those connections, those people, be seen enough, start enough horses that go on to do good things and are good trainers and, to where, somebody wants to send you
Mm-hmm.
a high-dollar horse and you're going to be able to do a good job on it and, send them a product that they're going to be happy with, whether it's 120 days or 2 years worth of training to go to maturity.
You post any videos?
Do I?
Mm-hmm.
My fiance posts a few.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah,
she's good at it.
Yeah, she's.
That's where I was going.
Very talented. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, she's very talented. She's basically a media manager,
Mm-hmm.
photographer, videographer, kind of focused on the horses. Yeah, she does a lot of really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Video and.
Do you know her page?
Yeah, it would be Lindsay Farrell Productions, her Instagram,
Lindsay Farrell Productions.
or maybe it's LAF Productions. I can't remember the exact.
Is she going to change it whenever y'all get married?
I don't know. I hope so. Probably
Her
not.
page name?
Too big of a name. Yeah, it's too big of a name.
Yeah.
Probably going to keep her last name.
Do you think
Well,
Taylor
that's okay.
Swift's going to keep her name?
Yeah, definitely.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm sure that was. Yeah,
Or is it going to be Travis Swift?
yeah it's probably going to be Travis Swift.
Travis Swift.
That would be the smart move for him.
We kind of got to talking about it. We get to talk about it with new interns all the time, but it came up again whenever Mike got to ride a lot last week. Probably the most you've ever rode in
Yeah.
the matter of
Video?
a couple days. Yeah, with
Video,
videoing
yeah.
in the video pen. Like riding takes athleticism, but not all athletes can ride.
No.
It's
Right.
a different muscles, different rhythm.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, if you don't ride much, you like.
It's the rhythm.
Yeah.
The rhythm beats you up.
It's just the way you sit a horse, and that's one thing that if you grow up doing it, it just kind of comes natural. You learn from a kid, or from a child to being an adult. But and that can be really hard, very hard to just
Oh, Michael's
learn how to
sore.
sit.
He was having
I bet
trouble
you were,
walking.
yeah.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
so many muscles you use that you don't use
Yeah, I
if
was,
you're not riding.
like 12 hours back to back, 2 days.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
they were long days too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
There's no such thing as a short day at the Brown Ranch.
No, you know better than that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know better than
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Long days, he says.
yeah. Like the inner thigh close to your pelvis.
Yep. Yeah.
Never even knew that could be sore.
Yeah.
You
I
know
love
what I
that.
mean?
I love that.
We went up to 44 Farms for a Texas Angus meeting, and there was this little step that he went to get up, and he,
Oh, yeah.
stepping up.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, "You okay?" He's like, "I'm so sore."
Yeah, I went to lift a leg, and it's just was like, no,
didn't.
put it back down.
Yeah.
That's what my body was telling me.
Like, put it down. No, we can't.
Yeah.
Done.
We can't.
No stairs, please.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Did we've talked a lot about your horse training stuff. Have you got to do some day work and ranching at some big ranches or anything?
Yeah, in general, like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I've done a lot of day work in my life. Not necessarily for any big name ranches that, well, like the 4.6s or Tongue River or Pitchfork, stuff like that. No, but I've done quite my fair share of day thugging.
Day thugging?
Yeah.
What is the longest day you've had day thugging?
I'll tell you about the longest day I've ever had.
Yeah?
Day thugging, Tucker.
Was I there?
Yeah, you were there.
I'll be dang.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was from I woke up I don't remember what time it was. I had to be to the barn at 6.
Yeah.
For not a great reason, because y'all got to the barn at 6, so y'all weren't even
Yeah,
saddled.
that wasn't, hey, whoa, don't.
No, I know, I'm not-
Hey.
Anyways.
That was
yeah.
like my first year back, I
Yeah.
think.
I think it was, yeah.
It was my first year back. I mean, I'd been home June. It was June. I'd been back like a month and a half.
Yeah. Anyways, I think we ran like 40 head through the chute, 40, 50 head, which, it was it was the first time, so we ran them through 3 or 4 times, and we did some stuff. But basically, we worked with about 40 head till about 11 o'clock that night.
I'm about to say, it
10
was.
or 11.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
late.
It was very, very late.
It was late.
It was dark. I mean,
Dude.
we were literally roping calves in the dark.
We had hell.
Yeah, it was not a great day. Y'all weren't even done yet. I said,
No.
"Hey guys, I gotta go. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Your day
It's
has
dark.
expired." Yeah, it's dark. Yeah, my day work is over.
day-
Yeah, it went from dark to way after dark.
Way after.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
It was. But hey, y'all got it done.
We
I
did.
kind of left y'all, but
Well, we kind of had them.
hey, well, when we started roping stuff literally in the dark with no light, I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can catch anything in the dark. So
Lanham-
I'm going home.
I remember Lanham roped one,
Yeah.
and it was like
Went
roped
through the
it
fence,
as
didn't
it went into one of them. He roped it as it went into the pen, and I was in there, and the rope got under my horse.
Oh yeah.
I remember that was like one of the maddest I've ever been at Lanham because he didn't need to rope it,
Yeah.
but
and it's dark.
and everybody's already mad.
Yeah.
We're still ranching at
10
10,
o'clock.
11 o'clock. That was
Back before the AI Center, or not the AI Center, but the new barn. What do y'all call that?
the marketing center.
Marketing Center. Yeah. There was like
A lot
not
of room.
much light,
Oh no.
but a lot of room
Yeah.
for stuff to run away.
Run away. Yeah, and they did.
And they left.
They
Went
did.
right
run
back
away.
to their mamas. So yeah, it turns out
It wasn't very fun.
wasn't the best day at the Brown Ranch.
Did you ever ride the wagon anywhere? Go on the wagon?
On the wagon. Let's see. And yeah, we stayed TPs and all that. They had the chuck wagon out and cooked all our meals out there and stuff. It was only like a week. We didn't sure enough go out on the, roughing it out on the wagon for a month or anything like that.
That's
But
cool, though.
It was cool. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we were sleeping in our TPs and eating all our meals at the
At the wagon.
wagon.
That's neat.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a cool experience. Except it was extreme. It was in April and it was like super cold. Not fun.
Did you ever get? You have any good shapping stories?
Shapping stories? No.
Or any ones that you got shapped that you didn't think you should have been shapped for?
No, I'm sure I deserved all of them. Yeah. Yeah, no, I deserved them. Yeah. No, I don't really remember. I try not to put myself in situations where
Where you get
I
shapped?
need to get shapped.
Yeah.
So try to pay a lot of attention to those
Yeah.
type of things. So, no. I have one shapping that I remember when I was a little smaller. I was probably 10 or 12 or something. Buster Frierson just shapped that ever living
Did he?
crap out of me. Yeah. Yeah. I'll never forget that one.
He's a big boy. I mean,
Yeah, he's a
He is now.
big strong fellow.
Yeah. Dude's ripped. Well, what are some of the? I mean, you got to ride a lot of horses.
Yeah, quite a few. Yeah.
Seen a lot of breed lines
Uh-huh.
and stuff. Any stand out? Any you like or don't like?
Yeah, I tend to like the cat bred stuff
Mm.
better than like the Pepto bred.
Yeah. Is that why you sold me your Pepto bred?
Yeah. No, he was a good horse.
Yankee. He was a good one.
It was a good horse.
I like Yankee.
Yeah, he was pretty enjoyable. I can't remember why I sold him, what I was doing.
I thought it was something like it may have been you moving.
I think so.
When you
I
were
had to
leaving.
sell 3 or 4 horses whenever I left to go to California. I think that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed like a fit. He was gentle. You could do whatever you wanted to on him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it worked out really good. Yeah, and Dulray, they're pretty. I mean, all 3 of them are very nice lines. But I tend to probably get along better with the cat bred horses.
Getting any wrecks?
Oh, nothing super crazy. But I mean, I've had plenty of stuff fall on me or get kicked and stuff like that. But nothing too crazy.
Nothing break your leg and get you.
No.
Like a Lanham
I mean,
Brown.
I've done hurt some little stuff, but nothing like poor Lanham
Poor Lanham.
guy. When it comes to breaking bones, I'd say
He's
poor
pretty good at
Lanham.
that.
Yeah, woo.
Lanham's pretty good at it.
He's like half bionic at this point.
No
He's
joke.
got so many rods and screws in him. Poor plates. Poor guy.
Any like big inspirations or guys you work for you look up to a lot, or maybe not even worked for, but
As far as just in general,
Yeah.
or like training.
yep.
Oh, let's see. I don't know. Maybe let me think on that. We're gonna
Yeah.
have to come back to that.
Come back to it.
Yeah. Sorry, Mike. You have to cut that.
You're all right.
No, you don't have to. Well, we're glad to have you back at Throckmorton. It's cool.
It's good to be here.
Cool when the boys move back.
Yeah, it's really good to be here.
Cool when the boys. Any advice for people who are wanting to get into it? It's getting so popular. I get a lot of asked questions about ranching and training for some reason training horses. But yeah, just getting into the industry.
Yeah, if you really wanted to get into horse training, start now. It doesn't, whether that's just, do whatever you can do, whatever was within your means. Whether that's watching videos on the internet, find a trainer that you really like their horses and try to study as much as you can. And if you can get a horse, or if you have horses, try some of those things. Try to just be mindful of what you're doing. And, if you can, like I said, get you a horse and start as early as possible, because if you want to get into the industry, training horses and showing horses, if you want to do it for a living, you better eat, sleep, and breathe training horses, because it's not for the faint of heart.
No.
If you want to do it.
I mean, you moved all over the country.
Yeah, I mean,
to do that.
Spent the better part of 10 years, all across western half of the United States.
Yeah, you did go west.
Yeah.
You didn't go east.
No, I've never really been east of the Mississippi.
I hadn't been much.
I've been everywhere west, other than Washington, I think.
Yeah, I don't need to go there anyway.
Yeah, I'd like to see it once.
I got to go once.
It's all right.
It was I was like, is it Spokane? Spokane?
Okay. Yeah.
Spokane. I don't know how to say it.
That's that's on the Canadian border, isn't it?
Eastern side. I mean, I'm sure it's close.
I don't really know.
I don't know if it's on the border, but it's
Not
like
sure.
northeastern side, yeah.
Gotcha.
But I got to drive to the middle, like the heart of Washington,
Uh-huh.
in Moses Lake, Washington.
Moses Lake.
They say that's like the not pretty part, but I thought it was gorgeous.
Beautiful. I mean, yeah, it's probably a lot prettier than what we see here
Yeah,
every day.
I mean, it's just, and then we had a girl come here that was, she does some like apple influencing up there.
Okay.
Yeah, and she came down here and she was
Apple
like,
as in...
apples.
Oh, like actual apples.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking
Eating
maybe,
apples.
Apple phones.
Oh no.
I mean, it's
like
over there
apple
on the-
food.
on the
Yeah,
West
she's an
Coast.
apple farmer, I guess.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so she's like an apple food influencer.
Sweet.
She does a really good job at it.
Mm-hmm.
And she came down here and she was like, "This is so pretty." Just seeing different country
Yeah.
that we're not used to.
That's one of the coolest things about doing that, is seeing all that different country. Like, there's so much. You grew up here in little Throckmorton. There's so much more out there that you have just no idea. You
Yeah.
know, it's crazy what all's out there.
And it makes you, well, I would hope it makes you like appreciate Throckmorton too.
For
Like,
sure.
As you when you leave.
Yeah.
kinda
No, it
makes you
definitely did. It
appreciate.
definitely did for me.
Yeah.
Like, saw lots of really cool, unbelievably beautiful places. But like I said, made me realize, hey, that little Throckmorton's a pretty neat little town.
Yeah, you dang
Pretty
right.
good place to be.
You dang right. And if you come here, you got to go to Mitchell's.
Mitchell's Mercantile.
It's pretty cool to have that here.
Yeah, it's super neat. Got a lot of great stuff in there.
Yes, they
Like,
do.
it's pretty impressive for a small town to have that kind of selection with that quality
You dang right.
of merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, ropes, gifts.
Yeah, it's
All that stuff.
something for everybody that lives in a rural town. I mean,
All right, so favorite Bible verse.
favorite Bible verse would be John 15:13. It's for greater love hath no man than to lay down his life for a friend. Yeah, so that kind of, I think that speaks volumes for. I've always been a team sport kind of guy,
Yeah.
especially growing up. We were big in football, basketball, track, and I think it speaks just to more just your brothers, but the type of people you surround yourself with in life. It's
Yeah.
kind of like sit at the table with winners, you're bound to become a winner. Sit there with losers, and probably gonna end up being a loser.
Hear that, Mike?
Yeah.
Hear that?
Gotta sit with them winners.
Sit with
Sit with them winners,
baby.
boy.
Yeah, just surround yourself with like-minded people that want you to succeed and that really have your back. I think that that's kind of one of the ways that I take that.
Man, it does blow my mind. Like, I take networking, like your network. I take my network very seriously.
Right.
Of like selecting those people, and it like blows my mind to see how many don't take advantage of that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, you meet those. You have to take advantage of those things because you never know. Where your next horse might come from, or where your next your next sale might buyer at the bull sale. Somebody that you may meet. You never know who you're talking to. And it could change. They could change your life.
Yeah, that's the truth.
I mean, literally. I mean, they could literally change your life.
You gonna come to the sale?
Yeah.
Why'd you
if
have
I
to think
can,
on it so
because
much?
I may be at the snaff a bit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's always kind of right there
Yeah.
during. Lanham's either before or it's kind of early this year. The sale being the 7th and the 8th.
Yeah, that's right after it kicks off. Yeah, I bet Lanham, he'll be busy.
Yeah, he never helps with that anyway.
Nah, hey, big horse trainer.
Yeah, the dang horse trainers,
horses.
man.
Yeah.
Dang horse trainers. What was that horse you had the other day? Snacks.
Snacks, yeah.
You
Yeah.
like him?
I love him. Yeah, he's a 2-year-old snaffle bidder for next year. Little Stevie Ray Vaughan. He's a lot of fun. Really fun horse.
Yeah. What's your favorite one now?
That I'm riding right now?
Yeah.
That'd probably be him.
Snacks.
Yeah, Snacks. Cow horse is my passion. I've got a lot of rope horse colts right now that I'm starting, and he's something that I'm going to get to take to the fraternity. So, like I said, that's what I love doing. And team roping horse, you can rope on almost anything, but not everything could be a team roping show horse.
Yeah.
It's gotten very specialized nowadays.
True.
So they're just so different,
Huh.
And he's just I love getting on him and going to training.
Yeah.
So he's been a lot of fun for me.
That's cool. That's cool. Thanks for being on, Trent.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Freaking cool. Redbeards, you got to stick together, huh?
That's right. Stick together. Yeah.
Anything else that the people need to know about Trinity Haggard?
Need to know? No. Other than
He's taken.
Yeah, I'm a better half. Engaged to. Got a fiance. Yeah.
Fiancéed.
Yep. Fiance.
Off the market.
Yeah.
But you're on the market
Stay away.
for horses.
Yeah. Always looking for.
Why'd you look at me like that?
I didn't know what you were talking about. I'm not looking for much. Good horse.
Oh, you're kind of full?
Yeah, at the moment, yeah. Yeah, pretty full, which is great.
Yeah, good problem to have.
Yeah,
I mean, not a problem, but
Yeah, not a problem.
Good issue,
It
good.
can be a problem.
Yeah.
You never.
oh, sure.
Some people get upset.
Get too
You
many.
can't get to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great problem to have.
Get too many. That's, interesting. Well, I thought I had my music going.
Oh no.
There it is. Thanks, Trin. Trinity Haggard. There you hear it. The horse trainer himself. Cool to see you doing your thing, Trin.
Thanks. Appreciate you.
You've been listening to the Registered Rancher Podcast. We got to get you a hat, by the way, if you want one.
I would love it.
If
Yeah.
you'd wear it.
Yeah, I'll wear that.
That was a good one.
It was, You've been listening to the Registered Ranching Podcast. Hey, we got this is episode 46, episode 50 already confirmed. It's gonna be a good one.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, we got a special one for episode 50. Go to registeredranching.com if you want to support the show. Get some merch. We'll get it shipped out your way. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, know that we love you here. But don't forget, y'all stay classy and ranch on.
Ranch on, baby.
I get you a hat. Oh ho.